Check one, two, three. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Get ready to go live. Go live. Check one, two. I like it. I like it. All right. Check. Something just faded. I don't like how it faded. All right. Check one, two, three. Check. Check. Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. We are back once again. Welcome back to the Go-Go. Y'all let it go. Alright, let me let it play for a few more minutes. Nah, I think I gotta go. Hey, welcome back to Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges. It's me, your boy Calvin, or CPJR, if you know me, or CPJR 300, if you feel me. If you know, you know. The light is blue. So you know what that means. Welcome back. This is my YouTube channel, Substack. Just my little place. I like to come by and talk about the things that are important to me and you. And right now, we're talking about the Republican lies. Yep. Coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at approximately 7 o'clock. But I'm a little late this week because I spent the whole entire day putting this together, and I'm trying to keep a certain production level. And as that increases, takes more time. And I also like to make sure that what I'm putting out there is factually correct. So I will definitely just stop, take some time to see what I'm putting out and making sure it's correct. Now, let's just talk about if you've been here before and it's something that you like, please take the time to like, share, subscribe. I'm at 107 subscribers on YouTube and 53, I think, on Substack. I don't really count any numbers from Facebook or Instagram, but if you want to help, subscribe please and share and hit that like button. All right, so let's go on. It's like, this is like we're living in another country. Like everything that we grew up with, or I grew up with, is not available to my my daughters or my now grandson. It's just not the same. It's not going to be the same, and we have one more chance, hopefully, to get it right by the midterms, that we can start the repair, or it's going to be another 2 years, and they're going to be so entrenched that we're not going to be able to get them out. So the major problem that I see is that what's coming out of the mainstream media seems to not treat this as a national emergency. They are afraid of Trump, and then the ones that aren't afraid of Trump are owned by Trump. What do you call them? Agents. People on their side, or billionaires that will trying to shape the narrative the same as the administration. We've lost Fox News was never it. We've lost CNN. We've lost 60 Minutes, CBS. These are all owned by billionaires, the Ellisons, who are on the same page as Trump, and that's gonna get us nowhere. So we have all these new independent media spaces popping up. Mine, Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges, and then you have like the Bulwark. You have Crooked Media. What's the other one? The Dispatch, I think, and Raw America. So basically, a lot of the videos that I use for commentary are from those sources, but most of those aren't. So at least what you could do is by each video I play, it's in the show notes, and it's also their tag is listed out right next to the video, giving them full credit, and I'm just using their video as commentary. I used to write I used to write like 2 essays a week, and then do a podcast episode on that, but the news is moving too fast to even concentrate on those big themes. Like, it is happening right now in real time. The election is in November, and they're already gearing up. They know they're gonna lose. There's no way that you can honestly believe that you are below any type of the lowest approval ratings in history and think that you could honestly win the midterm. It never happened. Not like that. It never had that. People are maybe like this whole thing about him being like in dementia or demented. Demented could be actually true, because the way he's acting, is he doesn't care, or he's not getting the right information. We don't know if the man is in his right mind. We don't know if he suffered a stroke. We don't know what he's doing at night. He disappears. So we don't know who actually is running the country. We know that the Republicans are running the country, and this is their vision for America. But who is if the person that was elected is making all the decisions? We don't know. We have no idea. Let's talk about that first opening band, that go-go band. What was that? I'm not even sure who that was, but it sounded good. I don't know. Check it out. Anyway, I have the link to that and any music I play in the show notes. And we got a real good one. That was What Band. And we have I like the What Band. I seem to be playing them a lot. So, yeah. So you can take a link and look at that. Listen to that if you're in the go-go. Frankly, if you're not in the go-go, why are you here? I don't know. That's the reason why I play go-go at the beginning of my show, is because I am from the DMV. I grew up listening to go-go. And I think that sets the vibe for me. Like, that's the sound of DC. That's the sound of the DMV. And if that offends you, then you're in the wrong place. Or if you want to learn about go-go, come to DC. You got to be there to feel it. Let's go and check out some go-go. All right. So before we get to our first lie we're going to deal with, because this is going to be a doozy. Not a doozy, but this seems to be a strange place. Even independent media is acting kind of weird. And I'm going to say this right now. Independent media, to me, is in a strange place because they're up. Bulwark. They're up. They're like number one. They're getting offers, 6-7 figure offers, and they're getting ready to blast off as probably one of the number one independent media sources on the left. Soon, they're doing very well. There is something wrong with them, right? They don't really have that many black people on their broadcasts, on their shows, on episodes, because they're getting really snarky. Really snarky. Like, I understand they have the white privilege going for them, and they're not gonna really feel the pain. Like, they didn't lose their voting rights a couple weeks ago when the Supreme Court decided to gut the Voting Rights Act. It didn't affect them. I mean, it affected the chances of Democratic candidates being elected down south, but other than that, they still have their privilege, and they're being snarky about how they sound, and it's a turnoff. It's a turnoff. I understand that y'all white. I understand y'all got money. I understand y'all up because y'all doing a great job, but don't get snarky. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are Republicans that are now Democrats. So it was a journey, and it may be a good thing to talk about that journey. Talk about where you came from and why you chose to come over to the light. Leave the dark side. I really don't know what's going to happen to the Republican Party. I really don't know what's going to happen. So before we get to the first start, I got to do my we have a sponsor. And it's gonna wait. It's a way for you to try something new out of Chicago, and it's a way for you to get a discount, 20%, if you use my code word Elevate. Big Fork Brands. They sell pork and pork products out of Chicago. The biggest thing I like about them is they do have their own sauces, and I really want to try the sauces, but I also want to try that. They got bacon hot dogs too. So this is a just site. Use the code, go in there and see what you might like. Use the code word Elevate, and get yourself 20%. They also have bulk orders, so if you find something you like and you are out there hustling, you got some ways to make money selling food legally, of course, you should definitely try them out. If you like sausages, I really do like sausages. Like I said last week, this is a hot dog and sausage type of place. Pork. My parents were raised down south in Alabama, and they like pork that I've never seen before. So anyway, I'm gonna play a video from them right quick. It's gonna be interesting. So sit back and let them tell you who they are and why you should give them a try.
Here at Big Fork, we do things a little differently. We work with small independent farmers in the Midwest who raise Berkshire hogs outdoors without antibiotics. We make great tasting sausage stuffed with bacon. Yes, bacon. We make tender, thinly sliced pork jerky that's naturally smoked without soy sauce, so you can taste the clean, lean protein. Our meat sticks are made in small batches using real whole cuts of pork and just a few natural ingredients. Finally, we have Chicago sauce. We combine the 7 toppings to a Chicago hot dog together to make one awesome sauce. Think of it as mustard on steroids. Big Fork's products are keto and paleo friendly and entirely gluten-free. As you can see, we do things a little differently. Go to bigforkbrands.com to learn more.
Go to bigforkbrands.com to learn more. Try something new out of Chicago. Use the code word Elevate. Get 20% off. You'll be happy. I'll be happy with the support, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Big Forks Brand, for giving me the opportunity. All right, so back to the show. All right, so we're going to get to the first video, the first live. Now, we all heard everybody seems to be talking about the fact that in an interview before getting on that helicopter, Marine One, I think it's all that. I don't know. Get on the helicopter at the White House. A reporter asked the president about what the American people are going through, and with the inflation, healthcare disappearing, money drying up. How does he feel about what's happening with the American people, and does he feel anything for them? Of course, he said no. I don't. My goal is to get Iran to not have nuclear weapons, which they don't have, and the only reason they want them is to get Israel and the United States to stop bombing them. That would be the goal. Israel has tricked other past administrations in this country through their carefully crafted message about anti-Semitism to convince the world not to actually judge their actions. And their actions are genocidal, ethnic cleansing, and territorial. They want greater Israel, and they're not stopping to get it. And we all see what it is. I think it's an image problem right now. I really believe that they believe that if the world decides to attack Israel, because some countries are ready, attack Israel and tell them to stop it, because it's not going to take much. I don't know about the Mossad and all their spies and all that kind of stuff. I'm not advocating to attack Israel. What I'm advocating is for Israel to obey international laws and norms as other countries do. You don't just get to go into other countries and bomb them and take their and kill the children and starve people and rape people and just get away with it. And everyone knows this is happening. So I don't know what's wrong with the governments, what happened. Whatever Judaism is, I don't think this is it. Zionism, they treat people as if they are not people. They're not the chosen people, and they are the chosen people. So therefore, wherever they are, it's theirs. That has to stop. So, what was I talking about? Trump told about he don't care. He don't care about anything. He has a made up thing about he has to get the nuclear, but you can't get it without boots on the ground. So I don't know if he's gonna do that. We don't know. We're supposedly in a war, but there is no war, right? This is our people sitting in the Gulf doing nothing. I don't know what to do. So he said he don't care. Everybody said, "Oh my God, he said that. He said that." Vance said, "Oh, he didn't say that." And all the, his lackeys come by are saying that, "Oh, that's not what he said. He didn't say that." He really cares about the American people. But then we have him in his own words in the election in 2024 saying the same thing.
Every voter, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
That was the same thing, right? Those wasn't. He said it a few more times in another few instances. He's telling you who he is. The MAGA is sitting right there and doesn't even register with them because he's their great white hope. He's the great white hope. And so this section is about Trump. Trump is not your ally. Trump is Trump. Trump is transactional. You have to give him something to get something. And I just saw a weird thing about Maryland. Maryland is proposing, they're tearing down, if you know anything about DMV, RFK Stadium was the old home of the Redskins. They moved out to Largo, FedEx Field. And now they're moving back to the old location of RFK Stadium or JFK Stadium. I don't remember this. Whatever. I think it's RFK. They're gonna tear it down, build a new one. So there's not really. It's in an area that rejected a lot of Metro, or that's our subway. Earlier, so you can commute in without a car, because you're definitely going to come there without a car. It's crazy to be in the football at the FedEx Field out in Largo, and this is going to be even crazier. So, they're proposing new stations. They're proposing fixing up stations that are kind of close there now. And now I've seen that there's a proposal coming out of Maryland to create a goal line. A goal line. Right? You're not going to build a metro station without a new metro station and tracks without federal money. So it's kind of interesting that they chose a goal line when Trump is all about the goal. I think they're just stroking his ego. This is what people are doing. People are learning how to play the game. And they know that he's very transactional, so they want to play the game to get what they want. It's just that's how it is now. He's transactional, but the transaction for most people end very badly, especially like this guy.
We know with clarity and certainty, as a black person, yes, look at me, I'm still black, who ideologically is aligned with their state or their district can win anywhere.
I'm gonna pause this.
Hear me clearly.
So he's trying to say that the redistricting that's going on down south is perfectly fine. You just have to be a good nigga to get elected. Now, if you're a really good nigga and you play the game correctly, then you obviously can get elected, which you can't, because he didn't get elected. He's going to be out of his seat very soon. So let's continue listening to the good man, the representative. And if you got rejected by the black community, that's what you chose to be.
America is not a racist country. America is not a racist country. America, by and large, is not a racist country.
You must really hate her.
You talking about Kamala?
It's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's...
God.
I have had the pain of rejection from the African American community.
The African American community, and I reject that man. So Tim Scott. So you saw at the end, right? He was emphatic at first, and then at the end, for the most part. And now he's probably sitting around and at home crying with his white wife, saying, "Man, they some racists. I don't know what I could do." Because you married a white woman, you feel rejected. You aren't rejected, bro. You rejected us. So we want to move on from all these people who are following in the same footsteps as Rudy Giuliani and the other people. Another lawyer was just recently disbarred, and there should be more disbarments coming because they keep. They win none of these cases, none of these get back cases, get his leg back cases. He's won none of them. So, but he does have career prosecutors in the DOJ and the FBI bringing these cases that all get dismissed. Right? It's malicious persecutions. So they're gonna pay a price for that. So like I said before, if you're still in the Trump administration at this point, you know what you're doing, and you're gonna get what you get. The next, I'm gonna go to I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you're good. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the diplomacy lies. So the big thing is Trump in China, and Xi don't care. Xi is treating the United States like he said this is a nation in decline, and he's treating Trump as such. He knows Trump at this point is pretty much powerless. He knows that the only way Trump can stay in power is to try to cheat the midterms. So why conduct any business with him, for real? And they didn't go there to actually try to conduct any business for the country. This was a business trip for his people. This is a video from Hassan Piker. I mentioned Hassan Piker last week because they are trying to vote a resolution in the House against him because saying he's anti-Semitic. That's their go-to. Those are the people that are owned by AIPAC. Democrats, it's a bipartisan bill. So Democrats, pay attention. If you keep doing this, you will lose the election. No one, independents, I'm going to tell you this. I'm independent. I am not voting for an AIPAC Democrat. I would just leave it blank. I'm not going to do it. That's what I'm not going to do. It's that important. If I have to live under fascism, I'll live under fascism for Trump and fight that battle, then fight a party that I once was a part of to actually listen to the constituents. It's not happening. And I'm going to make it my business to bring out Glenn Ivey, my representative in PG County, Maryland, has taken $7 million from AIPAC. And I need to know exactly, I need to call him, exactly why he took that money and what is he going to do with that money, or what did he do with that money, and is he going to take it again? Because basically, if you take that money, you're corrupt. And I don't care how much good you do for Maryland, you're corrupt. And you're gonna find out it's gonna be bad. So let's go ahead from Hassan Piker. Actually, he's crude. He's crude. No, he's not. He's a streamer. He's crude, and maybe like some people are overly sensitive about that. As you can see, I am kind of crude too, but I get what he's saying. Like this is a scary time, right? There's no, and you're gonna see a video about that too. There's no time for respectability politics. They are not playing with us.
12 of the most powerful capitalists on earth flew to Beijing today with the U.S. president as their chaperone to beg the chairman of the Communist Party of China for deals. That's pretty much what is going on here. Now, in a just world, obviously, I'm not going to say it, but if we had a Chinese-style form of governance, we'd be prosecuting some of these billionaires, not flying them around the world so that they can make even more billions. But we don't live in a just world. We live in a world dominated by capital.
President Trump touching down in China as the war with Iran looms large. But this is not the visit the president had initially planned. He had hoped to arrive in China victorious over Iran, with momentum to seal deals on trade and technology. Instead, the standstill in the war taking center stage. Trump insists he doesn't need Chinese President Xi's help to end the conflict, but says they will discuss it.
We're going to have a long talk about it. I think he's been relatively good, to be honest with you.
China is one of
By the way, Chinese press is basically big dicking Donald Trump. And it's deliberate. Obviously, like most of the press, if not all the press in China, both their internal press, their Chinese press, and their English press, like in the Global Times, is obviously controlled by the party. So one of the Global Times newspapers, the major one, China Daily, yesterday posted a full above-the-fold coverage on the nation of Tajikistan and Tajikistan's leader having a meeting with Xi Jinping. And then on the side panel, there was a brief footnote about Donald Trump arriving in Beijing. Things like that do matter. This is from yesterday's China Daily. Sino-Tajik ties enter new phase. Xi navigates China-U.S. relations amid global uncertainty. That's by design. And the Chinese news...
So if you're watching this and you're not from my community, he got sunned. Basically, you're not the dude here no more. We don't care about you. You have no power. You're a side note. You are you just a runner. Go give me a Coke. Go give me a Coke.
Paper websites in Chinese and Mandarin, they don't even mention that Donald Trump is coming to China. And I suspect that's on purpose. I thought that they would be much more excited, even if it is to just like make Trump feel good, make Trump look good. I did not think that they would go the route of humiliating the American contingency, showcasing their power over the American side on this trip. But it turns out they are doing that. CBS didn't get a visa for Tony Double Cirque. Wait, CBS has no one on the ground in China? Oh, that has to be on purpose. There ain't no way, dog. That's gotta be on purpose. Oh my God.
They don't report anything.
I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are so in tune with what's going on. All the minutia. CBS Evening News is broadcasting from Taiwan after the network failed to secure a Chinese visa in time for anchor Tony DeCoppel. This is not even about Tony DeCoppel. This is about CBS. I'm willing to bet China did not give a visa to CBS on purpose, like a press visa to CBS on purpose, because they were like, nope, that's like Israeli news. Fuck that. Very funny.
So you can see, like, right now, China's the big dog on the block. Everybody that needs to do some real business. Canada goes to China now. India, China, Russia, China. They're the big dog. They're getting stuff done. They know that this until America gets this regime under control, out of office, and prosecuted, so we can start working on restoring our status around the world. This is how they're going to treat us. This is how I would treat you. I mean, I'm not from the streets. No, I wouldn't treat you like. Well, I would like ignore you probably, because what am I know you? You don't have any power. There's nothing you could do for me. That means I won't help you. I'll definitely help anybody up that needs help, but this is the world politics and power speaks, and the little people sit in the chair in the other room, and that's now America. That is now America. All right, so this is another thing you probably missed, or hopefully you did see it. Remember, most of these people are the Epstein class. All these charges and everything like that, this whole thing with the Epstein files is still there. And a lot of the people that went on the trip are in the files or know the people and what they did in the files, the billionaires. Now, it wasn't a diplomatic trip. It was a business trip. And he got sunned.
I don't understand how everyone isn't losing their fucking minds about this meeting. You've got head honchos of two of the world's economic and military superpowers in the United States and China, meeting with CEOs and billionaires from like every major industry I could possibly think of. You've got Elon Musk and a head executive from Meta controlling the social media algorithms that you see. You've got the hardware that goes behind those things like Apple and Nvidia and Qualcomm. You've got head investment firms in Blackstone, BlackRock, and Goldman Sachs, plus heads of more personal finance focused companies like Visa and MasterCard. You've got defense industry CEOs like Boeing and GE Aerospace. You've even got a representative from one of the largest privately owned food and agriculture companies in the world that has a global supply chain. And I had to look this one up later, but Illumina, that's a bioengineering company who develops technology to help people analyze DNA. genetic variations. Like, you want me to think the juice box emojis are secretly pulling the strings behind the scenes? They're not. These people are, and they're not even trying to hide it. In fact, I bet they get into that room together and they're fucking laughing at you for thinking that this is a problem about your neighbor because of someone with a different race or a different religion or ethnicity or country of origin or mode of entry to the country. They're laughing at you while they meet in our faces to inject AI into every single aspect of your life, whether you know it or not, so that they can track you, control what you see, control what you hear, control what you eat, so that they can exploit you to death. And they're doing it in front of your fucking face. And you're talking about race and religion and all this other bullshit that doesn't fucking matter. Multiculturalism is a bad thing. You still think that's the problem. I can't. I don't understand how everyone isn't losing their fucking minds about me.
So yeah, I was into that for a second, thinking about something else. But this is the craziness that we're dealing with. These same CEOs, Tim Cook, all these people, Apple, and a bunch of other robber barons, JP Morgan, you know that guy, Jamie something. But they still going to train with the person whose best friend was a pedophile, and he was all up in it, right? And he's already an adjudicated rapist, meaning that he had to pay $100 million or more to that woman for settle that case. It was because the what's that thing called? Statute of limitations was up. So they all got on a plane and went, and Elon Musk, the man who has stolen our Social Security data, we don't know where it is. No one's prosecuting or looking for it. And he just stole it, and he's on the plane. Remember, Elon was supposed to have left the White House in disgrace or left Washington in disgrace. But here he is on the plane going to China. They're playing in our faces. They're playing in our faces. This is the capitalists. I call them robber barons now because that's where we are. Because they're stealing water and electricity for the data centers. With more about that. They're just playing in our faces at this point. It's all out in the open. And it's the people that are defending it. I don't know. Either they're racist as crap or they're making money. Either you're racist as hell, dumb as hell, or you're making money. That's MAGA and the Republican Party right there. The whole thing needs to be resolved. So we're gonna go on to the next one, which is gonna be interesting. Cause I don't understand. I know Tucker Carlson is still a bad person, but he's talking sense about these robber barons. Two robber barons. This is interesting because these are gonna be the people who are proposing to build these data centers that we have to have them around the country and take from the grid and from the water that we don't have for people, for their machines that they're gonna own and make money off of, and all we get is a couple jobs, some construction jobs and then data center jobs. If you've been in a data center before, I work in IT. Data centers are big empty warehouses with machines just running. You go in there real quick to replace something, and you get out. You don't spend the whole day there, but they have a security crew and a small, smart hands crew to handle their infrastructure and then tickets that you may submit to them for issues. And these are different data centers. These are AI data centers. I've never been in one of those. But I suppose they probably have even less people in them because they're owned by the company that's training the models. So they're stealing. Tucker Carlson.
Let me ask, though, about why taxpayers should have to pay for this if it's a private business and your tenants are some of the richest companies in the world. Why would taxpayers be required, as they now are, to subsidize this?
They don't necessarily have to do that. They just won't win any contracts. It's a competition.
This man is not, he's from Canada. He's not even a United States citizen. He's trying to build one in Utah. He's trying to sell us on the idea that, they need tax breaks to build these because, if you don't do it, somebody else will. This is a national thing. We don't want your data centers, bro.
But why are you getting tax breaks is my question.
Yeah, everybody, you go back and you say, what incentives can you give us to invest $15 billion in the first 1.5 gigs. That's what it takes. I have to go raise $15 billion.
Well,
that's just
okay,
the
but anyone who starts a business, why should taxpayers have to pony up for that?
They don't. But
well, of course they do. If you're getting a tax break and they're not, they're making up the difference. There's a state budget.
Okay, that's no problem. That's no problem. I can build it in Texas. I can build it in Jacksonville, Mississippi.
But why, if it's such a good business, would you be asking taxpayers to help pay for it without giving them equity in the company? Are you giving taxpayers shares?
No, the investors get the shares. But here's why they would do it.
Why would the
that's capitalism right there.
If you want to start a business,
capitalism.
But why am I as a taxpayer forced to pay for your business? I don't get it.
Okay, you don't get right. Exactly, nobody gets it. The deal is, they give the Utah a couple bucks. They give Utah some jobs that are not gonna last because it's only construction jobs that last. There's only constructions at the beginning that are a lot of jobs. After that, very few jobs. But then all the revenue from that $15 billion investment goes to his class. He's going to make millions, possibly billions, of something that most of the country doesn't want. And he's trying to convince us that, he'll just go do it someplace else. There is no other place. We don't have the infrastructure to support AI data centers. We have to build up the infrastructure first. China just brought online a data center that's completely the power supplied by renewable energy, wind and solar. You can look it up. I may talk about. I should. You know what? It's real. I'll look it up for you. If you don't trust me, I'll put the link in the bio. It's real. It's online and it's 100% powered by renewables. Wind, solar. Probably, I think it's solar mostly, from what I've seen. But that's where we are. The new head of innovation in the world is China. We're just watching all our, which was everything disappear, go away, so they can be Christian nationalist, weird ass nation. So here's on the same line. Remember, Kevin Leary is trying to build the AI data center in Utah. He's coming up against opposition, and so what is he going to do? Watch.
Elevate Strategies, also a cell operating inside of Utah. Gabby Finlayson. Gabby, what are you doing? And who's paying you?
Well, hi, hello. It's me, Gabby Finlayson. What am I doing? Apparently, we've reached the part of the Stratos data center journey where Kevin O'Leary goes on national Fox News to accuse us of being cells for the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, who would want us to stop building our electrical grid? Which adversary would want that? There's only one. It's China. So what I think is happening, I got my guys to go a deep dig into the IP addresses, and here's what we found out. This is fascinating. We found 2 cells inside of Utah. Elevate Strategies. Gabby Finlayson. Gabby, what are you doing? And who's paying you? So what I'm doing right now is, after getting this data, I'm calling out Gabby, operating in Utah.
So, hi Kevin, we are Elevate Strategies. This is Utah. You might not know it because you're from Canada. This is where we live. Before we get into anything too serious, this is the very scary, very intimidating man that is threatening us. We are not taking the criticism of anyone who is wearing flip-flops and a suit on national television. You know, it's not every day you get called out by first and last name on Fox News by a Canadian billionaire trying to ruin my state, but here we are. Kevin, are you okay? But after sitting with this for a moment, we decided to take it as a compliment because, first of all, how are these men scared of us? Have you met us? Hi. What are we talking about?
I want a forensic audit of who's funding their platforms. Who is it? So these are proxies for the Chinese government's my argument. And if
this is the same play that Trump uses, paid agitators, people like American citizens, obviously are incapable of fighting data centers in their states. No one wants data centers in their states. It's become to the point where they put Georgia, I talked about last week, they just stole the water. They just put in more pipes and sucked the water out and told the people that they have a water shortage and they need to ration. But they stole millions of gallons of water, 44 football fields worth of water, from the humans for their machines. That's robber baron shit right there.
They're not, because I want them to be able to defend their name to Gabby. Come out, wherever you are.
Okay, Kevin, go ahead. Mr. Wonderful's Nancy Drew little detective agency. Have at it, brother, because if we were Chinese operatives, we would be the worst operatives in the entire world. Someone alert Beijing that the payment portal to Jackie and I's Amex bills is somehow broken.
As a reminder, we run Democratic campaigns in the state of Utah. If we were in this to be making money, we would be doing literally anything else. And you should know that because your job is to give small business owners advice.
Yeah, you'd think that Kevin would understand the hellscape that is late-stage capitalism and consumerism that has led to you becoming a terrible, horrible billionaire who's trying to ruin our state.
But if we're talking about audits, we should be auditing the Stratos Project. We should be auditing all of the politicians that, I don't know, do you have property surrounding the Stratos Project? Or maybe do you have interests that you were changing the laws before this was created?
Hypothetically. We're just saying we should maybe look into people that stand to make hundreds of millions of dollars off this project, and let's be so for real and so clear, that is not us. It is not us. But sure, let's do the thing that all men who are scared and have no actual facts do, which is accuse women who have a fully formed thought of being the problem and being Chinese operatives, just like me. Like, what are we talking? How are we making this video right now? Like, it's so unserious.
And they should thank me for this promotion I'm giving them right now. And let's shine the light of transparency on what you're doing, because they're also going after the leadership in Utah itself. These two cells.
Well, Kevin, you say that like it's a scandal, and it's not, because we are damn proud of the fact that we will continue to be shining a light on the corruption and insanity that is going on in this state, not just with this project, but with many others. We will continue to be here doing that work long after you've forgotten about Utah, because you don't actually care about what happens to the state.
Let's show the people of Utah you actually care about them.
We don't need Kevin to teach us to care about Utah, because we've been here, we were born here, we work here, we have sacrificed a lot of time, unpaid jobs, just to try and make this state better. We're the ones that actually love this state, and that is why we care about its future, and we care about this data center and what it could do to the future of our state.
I think it's important that we get to this. So, out of frame, just behind Kevin O'Leary while he's doing this Fox News hit, is a life-size cardboard cutout of himself.
And by life-size, we mean extremely short.
Maybe that's how tall he really is, we don't know. As the old saying goes, behind every terrible man is a cardboard cutout of that same man. This is a real man, and he chose to wear this hat that says Utah National Security.
When did they have these made?
Was it a gift from Stuart Adams and Spencer Cox and Mike Schultz? I don't know, but please, Kevin, let us know where this dumbass hat came from. So we decided that we need to make a hat of our own, because we also have security concerns for the state of Utah, just slightly different. We are worried about the Great Salt Lake. We are worried about our carbon emissions. We are worried about our electrical grid. We are worried about the temperatures rising in our state. We care about the economic, environmental future of our state. So, if you would like to support the work that we are doing that apparently has these billionaires shaking in their boots, you can buy our hat, which now says Utah Nature Security.
Thank you.
And those donations of just $30 will go to support the work that we're doing.
You can pre-order these hats, which will go to us and Alliance for a Better Utah, the two organizations called out by Kevin O'Leary. So please support us, because we might need lawyers.
Right, the link's in our bio. Come out, Kevin.
For the record, and I never thought I would have to say this in my entire adult life, we are not Chinese foreign operatives.
Never have been.
Being paid by the Chinese government.
So,
bye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin. Put your...
Bye, Kevin. So, what would be the natural response from Fox and Kevin O'Leary would be to bring them on, right? And actually talk to them about their accusations. They accuse them of being foreign agents of China. Those two women. And that, if you see that on regular TV, mainstream media, I'll be shocked. Because that should be on mainstream TV. He accused them of being foreign agents of China, which would be illegal, and they will be locked up in jail. That's capitalism. That's a capitalist. That's one of the new robber barons. The same thing happened in the Industrial Revolution. It's happening now because we don't do history in this country. I think, okay, this next one was rough. So this is healthcare lies. So this is going on across the country, has been going on for across the country. There's a page or someone on Instagram who's a social worker who repost not the people who he's advocating for. He posts what he has to deal with, what people are being turned down for, and this is going to be disgusting. Not disgusting. You're not going to see anything disgusting, but this is what they're doing. They're rationing healthcare to sick people, vulnerable people who are probably living on a fixed income. But we want to spend $1 billion on a ballroom that was supposed to be, how much is it supposed to be? The ballroom was supposed to be $300 million, paid for by his little friends that are over there in China with him, no, that was it. Now it went to $1 billion, and now he wants the $1 billion from the taxpayers. I don't know what happened to the $3 million. Does he still have it? Did he use it for something else? Was that lunch money? He lost it? I don't know. But now he wants our $1 billion, while people like this are like can't get health care. Right? Where is it? I messed up. No, I didn't. It's right here. All right, here we go.
So you're saying that she can wash out the colostomy bag and reuse it. What are you wanting her to do? Basically just use a Ziploc bag and duct tape it to it? 10 bags a month. She has a colostomy bag. I'm calling about the quantity limit on this one. The physician order said 24 bags per month, and your approval came back at 10. Help me do the math on that. 10 bags, that's 30 bags in a month. That's a bag every 3 days. You're dictating that she's going to use 1 bag for every 3 days. Her colon was surgically removed. I'm asking you to tell me who determined that limit and what clinical evidence that supports it. And does that policy account for skin breakdown around the stoma? When a bag doesn't seal correctly, which happens because human bodies are not standardized, she doesn't get to wait till 3 days. She has to change it out. So if she changes it out, then she's going to be short because you're only allowing her 1 bag per 3 days. This isn't something that you can speak to. So let me make sure I understand this. A utilization review policy written by someone who has never examined her, has never seen her stoma, never reviewed her skin condition, looked at the physician order that said 24 bags and cut it down to 10. Medicare, the federal government, covers up to 60 closed-in pouches per month for a colostomy patient. Your plan is covering 10. You're providing 1/6 of the federal standard recognized as appropriate. What are you going to do whenever she gets a skin infection? Do you know how degrading that is, telling someone that they need to use a bag for 3 days, that she's not even worth the supplies? That's what you're telling her. Not to mention, these supplies are not meant to be reused.
So that's happening more and more. It's been happening. Luigi didn't decide to kill that man on a whim. That is, we gotta get people talking about rationing medicine, and now we're rationing colostomy bags. She doesn't have a colon. Like, that is the worst. I saw my uncle. I want to shout out to my uncle Cliff Donnie. He was on my show for a minute, checking it out. So that man, when I was in college, this is why I got this debate style from talking to him all the time. Everything was just a debate and a conversation. That's what trans conversations come from. Just sitting around, kicking the bowl, smoking something, drinking something, talking to shit. So shout out to him. I appreciate your patronage. All right, so let's continue on. We are rationing medicine. This is going to happen more and more. That man has a job that I could not do. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't do it because that's wrong. And I have a real problem with things that are wrong. But shout out I'm so happy he's doing it. So we're going to move on now because I'm trying to keep this on an hour. And as you can see, I'm going to tell you why I'm posting so much. So I dropped off for 2 weeks. Health issues, mental health issues. And my numbers were going up and my numbers went down to 0 when I stopped posting. So if I'm trying to make this the real thing, I gotta post, period. So I'm doing 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe a Sunday wrap up. We'll see. Because I spent the whole day getting this show ready and then editing other videos. So it's only me. I'm trying to get some help, but nobody's coming. But I believe that Jehovah Jireh. All right, so let's go. All right, this is gonna be. I hate dealing with this right now. I'm tired of Israel. I'm tired of having to deal with Israel, but that's gonna be the fight. That's the fight right now. They're in our politics. Our Congress is compromised. AIPAC is taking a hit, but they're just gonna come another way. They're not gonna give up. Not when they had Big Bro United States having them be the bully on the block. And I got something for that too coming up. All right, I'm not sure what this is. I know what it is, but it's not gonna be. I think I will see.
I'm planting my flag on this hill. I will never forget what America has done to black people in this moment, because it is part.
I'll tell you 1 second. I do apologize. This is live, and I definitely I go through these things. I try to make sure they're straight, but I messed up. I had no mistakes last week, and this week, here we are. I think. Because I try to line up my videos. Respectable the police. That's supposed to be there. Wow. Actually, this is the next video, I think. This next video, and it's tied to the next video. It's on immigration laws, but it's also going to tie to the Party of Family Value laws. There's a problem with the white males in the Republican Party, and it just keeps showing.
Every anti-LGBTQ Republican that's been caught in a sex scandal. Part 3. This man has literally scrubbed all of his photos.
Okay, I'm telling you, I'm 60. I remember all these stories that came out and keep coming out about Republicans who have a problem with accepting their sexuality. More on that when I finish playing these 2 videos.
Off the internet. George Riekers founded the Family Research Council, a Christian group that lobbies against gay rights, and also testified in courts trying to keep gay couples from being able to adopt children. But then he got caught in Europe with a male escort that he hired from rentboy.com. He said that he only hired him to carry his luggage from rentboy.com.
If you want
okay. Bridget Ziegler co-founded the far-right parents group Moms for Liberty and has made it her personal mission to keep all books with same-sex couples out of public schools. But when cops were investigating rape allegations against her husband, they found tapes of her doing it with another woman. Also, her husband was involved. Also, he's a predator. You might recognize her name from this viral speech by a student.
Bridget, you deserve to be fired from your job because you are terrible at your job, not because you had sex with a woman.
Matt Schlapp, the current chairman for the American Conservative Union, which opposes the normalization of LGBTQ values in society, was accused of assaulting 2 different male staffers, once in 2017 and once in 2022. The most recent said Schlapp fondled him in the car without consent and then begged him to go back to his hotel room together. And he still has his job. Wes Goodman was elected to the Ohio House of Representatives, promoting a committed natural marriage and defending the ideals of a loving mother and father before it came out that he was having sexual encounters with other men online, over the phone, and sleeping with another man in his state office. He ended up resigning, but it came out later that the anti-gay marriage organization, the Citizens for Community Values, and the Council for National Policy all knew about this and decided to keep it a secret. His wife, though, did divorce him. Larry Craig, who was a senator from Idaho, voted against legalizing gay marriage, but then got arrested in a sex sting at the Minneapolis airport for trying to solicit another man. After he got arrested, 8 other men came out and said that he made advances on them as well. He ended up resigning as senator after unsuccessfully trying to withdraw his guilty plea. His wife did not divorce him. Comment for part 4.
All right, so I'm gonna see if this is the right video. I did do something. I did make a mistake. And I did something that I really want this next video to play.
So I came here to tell you about a bombshell new report that just dropped, but I also just got some breaking good news related to it. So now I also get to tell you what courage can accomplish. The report is written by an independent investigative journalist named John Carlos Frey. He has a podcast called The Raid. Frey just finished this huge investigation, which reveals that CBP and ICE agents have been systematically using their authority over vulnerable immigrants to commit sexual violence, and that the agency has spent decades covering it up. The report documents more than 176 cases in which agents were arrested, convicted, or credibly accused of sexual offenses against migrants, asylum seekers, U.S. citizens, fellow agents, and children. 21 confirmed cases involve child pornography. 14 supervisory rank agents are involved in cases. Head of ICE in South Florida was convicted of transporting child SA material. A deputy chief patrol agent sentenced for rape of a 14-year-old. An agent in Nogales received over 6,000 years in Arizona State Prison after conviction on nearly 300 charges of child SA. One ICE agent was sentenced to life in prison for what a court described as the systematic torture of women. When these cases were reported internally, almost never consequences. Here's the truly insane part. The person Donald Trump appointed in January 2025 to lead the entire U.S. Border Patrol is a man named Michael Banks. According to 6 current and former agents, Banks repeatedly traveled to countries including Colombia, Thailand, and Mexico to solicit sex workers and boasted about it openly to colleagues. These allegations were serious enough that CBP opened an internal investigation, which was then abruptly shut down while Kristi Noem was Secretary of DHS. No explanation was ever made public. No disciplinary action was taken. Banks remained chief of the Border Patrol until today, because a day after John Carlos's podcast dropped this week, he abruptly stepped down. Now, we should applaud Frey's courage in sticking with this story. Congress, however, has been less courageous. They are aware of all of these allegations, yet Republicans passed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, giving CBP and ICE a combined $140 billion without a single meaningful accountability guardrail. And now Republicans are considering a new reconciliation bill with $70 billion more. This is not a bad apple problem. This is a broken system, the same one covering up the Epstein files, and congressional Republicans are enabling it. So please read John Carlos's report, hit the phones and demand that Congress investigate these allegations, and vote no on any more funding for ICE or CBP. Let's all try to show the courage of investigative journalists in demanding the truth instead of the cowardice of Republicans in continuing to hide it.
There you go. So what I want to say about that whole thing is that this keeps happening, right? There seems to be a very serious problem with sexual assault and sexual predatory behavior and just out and out rape with men on the right, white males on the right. Now, myself, I told you I'm from the ethically non-monogamous community. I lived it. I studied it. I'm not a scholar. I'm not a coach. I'm an advocate. So I kind of know some things about this. So if you sexually repress yourself, and I read a book on this though about how a lot of people when they grow up in fundamental religions have a lot of problems with sex once they get older and get married. They don't know, especially when you repress who you are so long, right? All these congressmen, men, are constantly getting caught either in pedophilia or just the dude with the balloons. I mean, all that stuff, right? All that stuff is pretty normal. It could be, let me say that, pedophilia, if they were actually able to express themselves about sex naturally and be able to talk about their true desires, their kinks. It's gonna come out. And it's coming out in very, very dangerous ways for them. And the problem is, their women know this. Their women, the white women know this, and they're allowing it to keep happening because they're scared of us. They're scared of us. But the predators are in the home. The predators are in the party. It's not the party of family values. You cannot keep having these sexual assault, being caught, being a staunch anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ plus IA or IA plus or something like that, and keep getting caught and not seek the problem. The problem isn't. The problem is some sick dudes and women. But the problem is you're scared to live your life. You're scared to live your truth. One thing about me, once I got over that fear and had a partner who was in line with it, oh my God. We had a blast. We had a blast. We learned a lot. I'm gonna say this: one of the best communities that I was ever a part of was the Black ethically non-monogamous community, because people were able to really talk about their desires, their hang-ups, and then in group settings. I don't know. People think that just because you're in that lifestyle, all you're thinking about is sex. No, because there's asexuals in ethically non-monogamous. They don't really want to have sex. I dated one. Never do it again. Not because she didn't want to have sex. It was just like I don't think she was being totally open. Because I'm the opposite. I'm demisexual. And I only learned all these things about myself. And it's not, if you look up demisexual, look it up. I dare you. And find out what it's really all about. But that's how I found out I was, because I was in that community, really got to experience a lot of things and understand myself and what makes me happy, and then what makes my partner happy, and we were able to foster an environment that if you gay, be gay. Don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be Republican senator. You can't. I think there's something I'm not going there. But yeah, so this is what's happening. There's a problem. It keeps coming out every day, and then you see ICE and CBP preying on people with no power. They're in the country illegally, and it happened. You saw CBP in Minnesota. You see they're thugs, and they are getting away with sexual crimes over and over. So we know you got to have a good idea as to what's going on in these detention centers and what could possibly happening with these children. And if you aren't alarmed and upset up by that, just delete me from your existence. Cancel me, because you're a bad, creepy ass person with no morals and no empathy and no heart. And I can't deal with that. Really. I can't deal with it. It's just a thing. Especially if I'm not on drugs. I'm not on drugs, so I can't deal with it at all. It's not gonna be good. So let me go ahead and go. So that's it. I'm gonna leave that there. White Christian nationalists, you've been warned. You're letting your men prey on your women and your children. So you tell me that you're the party of family values, but will not address the issue that seems to be rampant on the right side of the aisle. All right, so let's go. We're almost done, I think. But I think I found the one I need to play. I want to just play some of the attitudes that you're going to see from black people at this point, because this keeps happening. It keeps happening over and over again. We're in the exact same, and probably worse because we know now of where we need to be, and it's going to just keep happening. I'm thinking this is it.
So I came here to tell you about
You ready for the discussion about how respectability politics has never worked for black people and how strategic maneuvering has strategically got our shit stole? Now, for me, if somebody walk into your house, take something from you, they're a thief. Okay? What the majority in white America has allowed to happen right now is politicians to walk into black communities and take something from us, so they are thieves. And so you can't take and get a thief and treat them like a kind citizen in order to get them to stop stealing your shit. Matter of fact, respectability politics don't work with people who don't respect you to begin with. Exactly. And if I'm going to walk into your house and take something from you, I don't respect you. And so what our position needs to be is that if they are thieves, and we're going to treat you like a thief.
Exactly.
You understand me? Here's another part. If I like me, and if I like black people, and if I love me, and if I love black people, I am not concerned with other people being offended when I say something to defend black people when you stealing from us. Yep. I am not concerned with you liking me or caring about whether you agree with what I said when you don't care that the actions that you take that I disagree with are egregious, that they are thievery, that they are immoral and unjust. And if you don't care about those things, why should I care about you being offended by the shit I say? I don't care. I don't care at all.
I don't care.
And so what I'm asking those of us who are having this public discourse, just consider that respectability politics does not work for black people. Now, there have been many people along the way who've told me, Gary, if you just change your approach, if you do this differently.
It ain't work.
That approach got us where we at.
It didn't work.
Tell me what that approach got us. Our shit stolen. Mm-hmm. So maybe we should try a different approach and a different posture, because being respectable, going along and getting along, calling people your friends got your shit stole. So maybe you ought to have a little more fight in you, so people will be scared to come and do something to you. But if don't nobody fear you, they just come in and do anything to you.
We're not talking about violence.
And the way that we make people fear us is that we stand up in this moment, exercise the power that we have to take some shit back from them. It's real simple. We need to put our resources together. We need to get our energy right. And we need to organize at the level that we need to flex the power that black people have in the South and take some shit from them. But if any of the strategy that we consider along the way requires us to be docile or respectable, it ain't going to work. Because respectability politics does not work with people who don't respect you to begin with. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to say that in case we're ready for that conversation about how strategic maneuvering strategically got our shit stolen. Bombastic attitude I might have, but I know one thing: I ain't scared to stand up for what I believe in. Are you?
No, sir. So yeah, I would love to have him on the podcast and have a conversation, because that's exactly that's attitude. You had an election in 2024 against a prosecutor, the vice president, who was a woman. You may not like her policies, but she wouldn't have done what's happening now. And white America chose the convicted convict. I don't know what to say about that. They chose the convicted convict, and that's like something like you don't mess around with a convicted convict. It's a convicted convict, especially a convict, a felony convict, especially if he hadn't been to jail. He has no remorse. He's never been punished. So he's going to do what he got to do now to stay out of jail and steal as much money as possible. I don't know why y'all didn't see that. You know why what y'all saw? That is better than a black woman. Now, how are we supposed to take that and feel about that? I got another story about this. I think this is the video I want.
So I came here to tell you about a bombshell new report that just dropped, but I also just got some breaking good news related to it. So now I also...
Not going to do that. Okay, so I lost another video I wanted to play. It's on the same vein of... Let me see if I can find it right quick. It's on the same value of what he was saying about this keeps happening. There is a pattern. We cannot keep repeating this pattern. We need to be smart. And I didn't realize how bad it was until after the first election in 2016, when someone, after the election, in my office, it was me and another black guy, and one of the people that we work with on a regular basis, database somebody, came into database administrator. I know he was an app specialist. But anyway, she came in kind of happy and was talking about how she was happy that Trump won. And then I'm like, huh? And her response was, I guess we have different ideas on how to keep the country safe. I don't even care how she feels about it now, because that's all I need to know. Like, you come here and talk to me every day. This man's racist, and you still voted for him because you feel like he will keep the country safe. And he has destroyed the country, or did as much as he could to destroy the company, and it's still going. So, miss me with that. Yeah, I know. I can't work with her. I believe. Where is my video?
I'm planting my flag on this hill. I will never forget what America has done to black people in this moment, because it is part of a pattern. Within weeks of black people being emancipated by the end of the Civil War, the Ku Klux Klan was started. Reconstruction lasted for only 12 years, and then Jim Crow came in its place. The White Citizens Council was formed in response to Brown v. Board of Education. In the wake of the civil rights movement, mass incarceration surged. Just 10 years after Barack Obama exited the presidency, the first black president in American history, the Supreme Court has gutted the Voting Rights Act. I don't want to hear anyone telling me to get over it. I don't want to hear any political strategist telling me the best way to do it is to make peace. I will never get over this, because it's a disservice to black people to not recognize a pattern when you see it.
And that's what I do in IT. I recognize patterns. But that's basically what I'm saying, though. Like, this is how they have gone back to the South. They are trying to resurrect the Confederacy again right now. What's that? Right now, in the South, they're redistricting. They stopped an election to redistrict. That's how much they want to consolidate power as much as possible. They're too dumb to understand that diversity has got us to where we are, and what they want to do is, I don't know, destroy the country, because they're not going to have anything. They don't have anything now. The states that we're talking about are at the bottom, educationally and GDP. They don't really produce much. They take, and we should be tired of them taking from us. All right, so let's go ahead and do some lifting up. We have to leave on hope. We have to leave on hope. We cannot leave it in a place that it seems impossible. So as I'm going through my day and surfing, I want to highlight something that I like. I can't paint, right? I can't draw, but when I see somebody that can, it just mesmerizes me. So check out this young lady. She's doing a mural. I think it's in California. Her information is in the show notes if you want to follow what she's doing. She seems like she's going to be a big artist. So it's good to see some beauty. I'm going to keep track of that and keep posting the progress of that mural. I don't know if it's commissioned or not, man. It's just the positivity keeps going. I mean, we as black people have to keep going. We can't get bogged down in the bullshit, and the minutia every day. You are amazed at how many videos I have to go through to pick the ones I want to pick, because I could be all day. Because this is the stuff that you aren't going to see on mainstream media. You're going to see the framing, and the framing is not for us. The framing is for them, the billionaires, the robber barons. And I see my uncle had a problem with me calling them robber barons. What would you call them? But oligarchs, I like robber barons because they're stealing water, stealing electricity. That's the low of lows, to take a town's electricity in Tahoe because the robber barons will pay you more. It's like that now. That's what we are. And I already told you my views on AI. You can do it yourself. Okay, so yeah, that was cool. So I also want to play. This is my man Cameron. This is hip hop. You know hip hop. You know Cameron. So the narrative that I've been saying about Israel being in the Middle East and they are the problem in the Middle East is that they're the only country. There's been a war between Iraq and Iran. I need to study that, exactly what that was about. But it's Sunni and Shia. I'm sure that has something to do with it. But basically, they are the bully in the neighborhood, and I've never seen Israel try to negotiate peace or live in the neighborhood, because they don't have to. With the Big Brother Calvin, Big Brother USA standing behind them, backing them up all the way. And also Europe and England for some reason. So they never got called out on doing anything wrong. And I think now everything's changed because we see it. Bibi threatened to sue New York Times. They didn't do it because Discovery. The evidence is out there. I mean, horrific things that the IDF are doing to Palestinians and Lebanese, just their captives. Anybody now they're acting up in other countries. It was a Asian country. I should have played it. I had that video too. It's just so much going on. That's why I'm going to be here 3 days a week now, just to try to keep up and you're not going to see this stuff. You're not going to see it on mainstream media, and you're just not going to see it. But it's out there. I'm trying to you go out there and get some too. I want to see what you see, if you are so inclined. So because let other people know this is real. This is a real fight. So let's go ahead and listen to what this message is coming. What Cameron is saying, because he used to be a real hothead down back in the day. I remember Cameron came down here for the HU homecoming, Howard University homecoming, and they tried to steal his car and he got shot. He just drove off. The dude is wild. He was in a pink, I don't know, pink something or rather. I don't know, but New York dudes always think DC is soft. DC is not soft. It's not. It's not. I know from experience. So anyway, check this out. We talk about what it really means afterwards. They put this exactly what I've been saying about Israel.
I thought you would like that comment though, Killer. Being somebody from Harlem, he said, "Shout out to me."
Yeah.
I did it my way.
I didn't say I was mad at it, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this. See, I'm old enough to know I mash shit up with that attitude. I ruined a lot of things I could do with that attitude.
I like this camera.
There's a lot of shit on the table right now. You gotta realize this. What I realize is this, right? I'm always gonna be me, but you don't get when you always fighting, and you always beefing, and you always arguing, whether it's in person, online, everything. You don't seem safe, and people don't want to invite you places.
Hello, Israel.
You're not gonna get invited to Kevin Hart roast. Nah, it might be gang. You invite them. You're not getting invited to Mark Wahlberg's picnic, whatever he has. You know, these are things that I'm invited to. You know, so I understand that. You know why? Drewski, Kasana, I Show Speed. You know why they get mad money?
They're safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You don't gotta worry about no nonsense. You got like Wale trying to run down Kasana because he just didn't know who he was. Yo, my man, you made me look crazy. Word, did I? I didn't know. I was just trying to get in the car.
Yeah, let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture, get this shit up. They're safe. When you're online constantly arguing, not only constantly arguing, you look mad. Even when you try not to act like you're not mad, I don't give about it. I'm doing what I do. This face tells you mad. I wore these colors are safe. This color is safe. This color is safe, and it spews spring and happiness.
They're vibrant colors.
Yeah, they're vibrant. It's Easter right here. Yeah, shout out to PT. Made me realize I'm this Easter right here, man. Listen, I am safe, everybody. If you want to throw money my way, see.
Sometimes do that too.
I'm safe.
Invest in me.
The only person that I would say right now, see, I don't want you to think that I'm going to get money and wild out here. Only person that really gets a big bag that's not safe and don't give a is Fifth. Because Fifth has always already proven that he can be successful with music, then with television, then with movies, to where the people who fund him be like, can take the chance.
He was never safe.
No, Fifth was never safe from day one. He still don't play safe to this day. But I'm talking about people he do business with, they're willing to take the chance because he brings the money. Yo, just hire extra security. we can make $100 million.
High security in Israel.
Just hire extra.
Watch them niggas.
You got like Fifth, who's probably the only still wilding out here. Shout out to Fifth too.
Fifth not wilding.
Where you be like, man, listen, shit working for me. But if you talk to Fifth, he's one of the smartest people that you'll sit down and have a conversation with. He's not dumb by any means. Everything is very calculated. But the rest of you, keep frowning, keep being mad, keep having attitudes. It's not gonna work out, especially when you have it on your jacket. When it's on your resume, like, damn, man, for 22 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, you ever see Goodfellas?
Mm-hmm.
You ever see, it's Sam Rothstein and it's Nikki, Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Goodfellas.
A perfect example.
They like out dinner and Sam Rothstein sitting there with like, what, 8, 9, him and his home, 3 of them and like 8, 9 chicks. And Nikki, who's Joe Pesci, is sitting over there looking to her, yeah, we having fun too. It's just three of them. They look miserable. That's what matter these, man. So, you know, yeah, Mason, I'm gonna be safe to further notice that. Don't think I'm a wild. No, bag, man.
No, this is good to hear. This is good to hear, Cam.
Yeah, now don't get it up. I ain't gonna let talk about y'all running up in y'all show, boy. Y'all go ahead. I'm not having.
Oh yeah, that's self-defense.
Yeah,
that's self-defense.
Yeah. Now I'm not with all that. Now that's just not gonna happen. Call it what you want. Not talking about y'all. I'm coming in there. And y'all gonna interview me when I say so. That's just not gonna happen, brother. So, or sister, or anybody else, man. So, that's what I'm definitely not having. But.
That's good. That's good to know.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. Like if you the problem, you're missing opportunities. People are pointing at you. Nobody attacked Israel. Those people that they sell in Israel were European Jews. They didn't understand the region. They don't feel as though they are on the same level as the Palestinians, and they were going to take their land. And they don't care about anybody in the region. They're going to take their land. The only way you can make peace with them is to bow to them. And you don't want to bow to people like them, especially in your land. It's not right. The whole thing is not right. So they constantly gave us that phrase about does Iran believe in the right of Israel to exist? Not in Palestine. I don't believe they have a right to exist. I don't know who did that. That was a dumb move, and it's just caused that region to be in war forever. And it's gonna be in war forever as long as you have a little bully on the block backed up by big brothers. It's gonna be like that. You know you can smack them, but you always gotta look at his big brother, and that's where we are. And that's why there'll never be peace in the Middle East, because Israel don't want peace unless they get to subject everyone. All right. I'm supposed to be spoken word this week, but I'm gonna do one spoken word. We're gonna end it with some go-go to get on the right note, leave on a good foot. Courage. I came across Never Spoken Word, All Things Courage. I played her before. I came across another poem by her, and then I didn't add the music to this video. Someone added music under her video, and it's Cleo Soul. Cleo Soul and Courage all in one video. If you know, you know. Let's go. Relax. Breathe.
So this is not the story of how we end up together. No matter how much time it seems we're spending, this does not end with us walking down the aisle with no fairy tale happy ending. This is a tale as old as time, and I'm sure we've all played this part. In fact, this is a story of being in love with someone who will never love you back. At first, you wait around with hope, thinking like if you just give it time, the more they see you're right for them, the more that you could change their mind. But some things never change. No matter how many positive traits you flaunt, that ain't gonna make them fall for you if you're just not the one they want. And so you want to get over them. You distract yourself dating other people, but it always feels so out of place because none of it can equal to the way you feel when you see their face. You be so deep in your denial, saying you're okay with being friends when you do anything to make them smile. So you get distant because you know there's a woman he wants, but you're never gonna be it. So you think watching him love other women will hurt much less if you don't see it. The only way to really move on is let go. I wrote this letter to break free. And if I never get to love you, I hope you find a woman that loves you just as much as me. I hope she wakes up every morning and prays for you before you start your day. I hope you feel comfortable enough to tell her the things that you're uncomfortable to say. I hope she loves your family as much as you do and is a huge asset in your world. I hope you plant seeds inside her soil and she gives you a little boy and girl. I hope she cooks you all your favorite foods and loves your favorite movies too. I hope you never have to be on guard with her because she feels just as safe as you. I hope you never have nothing to prove because with her you feel no resistance. She's not there for your accolades or accomplishments. She just loves you for your existence, and I hope it's consistent. I hope you never have to spend another day wondering what being loved feels like, because you deserve a love that's free from chaos, that real black movie rom-com type. And if I never get to love you, I hope the woman that does appreciates what she has, because you deserve to end up with someone who just loves on you so bad. And although I'm sad, I mean this with everything in me. This is not a new confession. I just want to see you happy for real. I've never loved you from possession. The only thing I possess is love for you and my desire for your peace. May you find the love that you're looking for, and may I finally be released.
Good Courage. All right, y'all heard that, man. I tell you, I had that once. I lost it. I don't think I ever. I'm over it. I'm over the lost, but I'm done. As far as I don't think I've ever been in a relationship again. The relationship I need to fix is the relationship with me, and that keeps me busy. But I'm glad because she's happy. They're happy. I know one's happy. I don't know about the other one. Yeah, that's good. All right, so yeah, it's beautiful. Let me just sit down for a minute. Let me sit here and think for a minute. Like, what could we do to end this show properly? What could we do? What y'all want to hear? Y'all ready some go-go? Okay. This is the What Band. I'm gonna pause it just for a little bit. I'll turn that on. Alright, so this is the What Band, right? That's Go-Go Mickey. Now, when we were kids, Go-Go Mickey was like a god, a Congo god. This is the pocket. The party work is the pocket. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I gotta go. See you on possibly Sunday, definitely on Wednesday. Enjoy the weekend. I hope everything works out. We have some fun. Relax. The world's not ending. Maybe. Stay strong. I'm gonna address one question. One statement left from my uncle. He said the people elected the wrong people. We elected the wrong people, so we must focus on self. Yes, I agree. But we also need to focus on getting them Bamas out of office. They cannot stay there. And I'm talking about Democrat or Republican. All right, you gotta go. It's a new day. All right, see y'all later. Peace. See you on Friday. Love you all. I don't know what I'm doing.